1 second. That is literally all it would take for everything you know to be violently swept away. Buildings, oceans, the actual ground beneath your feet, gone. Welcome to the ultimate doomsday scenario. In this explainer, we're going to dive deep into the completely catastrophic physics of a planet that just stands still.
So let's start with this massive number, 1,100 miles per hour. That is the exact speed our atmosphere and ground are moving at the equator right this very second. We are cruising faster than a commercial passenger jet. And all of that carries an unbelievable amount of momentum that would instantly wipe the Earth's surface clean if we suddenly halt it.
The big question is, what actually happens when the world slams on the brakes? And, physics really doesn't care if it takes a full second or a microsecond. The only thing that matters here is the pure violence of that speed mismatch.
Part 1. The instant apocalypse. You know that feeling when you're in a car going maybe 70 miles an hour and the driver slams on the brakes? Inertia just violently throws you forward, right? Well, scale that up. If Earth stops, inertia demands that literally anything not firmly anchored to deep, solid bedrock is just going to keep hurtling sideways at over 1,000 miles per hour.
The sheer scale of destruction would be unimaginable. We are talking about winds 25 times deadlier than the strongest recorded storm in history, erasing modern civilization in a matter of seconds. And the oceans? Carrying all that massive momentum, they would spawn tsunamis so huge they'd swallow entire continents, while the Earth's crust just buckles, splits, and triggers massive worldwide volcanic eruptions.
Part 2. Why don't we feel it? Now, you might be wondering, if we're moving that fast, why aren't we being blown away right now? Well, the Earth's speed actually isn't identical everywhere. While a city right on the equator is barreling through space at over 1,000 miles per hour, New York is moving at a more modest 794. But if you stand exactly on the north or south poles, your rotational speed basically drops to 0. You would just gently pirouette in place once a day.
The real secret here is consistency. We don't feel this breakneck planetary speed because we're moving at a rock-steady velocity right alongside the atmosphere and the oceans. It's like flying in a smooth airplane. You only sense motion when it suddenly changes, when you accelerate or decelerate. And that is exactly why a sudden 1-second halt or even a nanosecond mismatch would be so incredibly violent.
Part 3. A slow, agonizing halt.
Okay, but what if we just slowly pumped the brakes instead? Well, a slow burn stop brings a totally different kind of horror. Say goodbye to the 24-hour day. Days and nights would stretch to 6 agonizing months each, completely shattering our circadian rhythms. Half the planet would literally cook in continuous, fiery daylight, while the other half freezes in an endless, deadly winter. Without a normal light cycle, photosynthesizing life dies off, sparking a rapid global mass extinction.
Meanwhile, all our technology up in the sky completely falls apart. Geostationary satellites actually require the Earth's spin to stay positioned over one specific spot. Without it, they lose synchronization. We'd go completely blind as telecommunications, GPS, and weather monitoring all just fail. Eventually, Earth would become tidally locked with the sun, permanently dooming us to those extreme hot and cold zones.
And physically, the very map of the world would be rewritten. Right now, the planet's rotation creates this outward centrifugal force that bulges ocean water around the middle of the Earth. If you take away the planet's spin, all that water would migrate toward the poles. It would drown the northern and southern regions, leaving a totally barren, continuous megacontinent wrapping entirely around the equator.
To make matters even worse, stopping the rotation kills our invisible shield. The Earth's magnetic field is powered by flowing liquid metal in our outer core, a massive dynamo that is heavily dependent on the planet spinning. Without it, our protective shield just vanishes, completely exposing the surface to deadly solar flares and cosmic radiation. It's actually a terrifying fate that scientists believe might have turned Mars into a barren wasteland.
Part 4. The gravity twist.
So, let's address a rumor that always seems to go viral when we talk about this. If the Earth stops moving, does gravity just turn off? What does stationary Earth mean we all suddenly float away into outer space?
The resounding answer is absolutely not. Gravity comes from mass, not motion. Earth pulls on you because it's a colossal ball of rock and metal, and that pull wouldn't weaken one bit if the planet stopped turning. In an unexpected twist, without the spin, you wouldn't float away at all. You'd actually end up being slightly heavier.
It all boils down to centrifugal force. That outward force generated by the Earth spinning gently offsets the inward pull of gravity, which reduces your weight at the equator by about 0.3%. It's a tiny discount for sure, but if you stop the spin, that little weight discount disappears entirely.
Part 5. Will it actually happen? All right, time for a reality check. Will this actually happen? Well, technically speaking, the Earth's spin is slowing down right now. But don't panic. It's happening at a comically gentle pace due to tidal friction. The gravity of our moon pulls ocean bulges across the seafloor, acting like this incredibly feather-light brake on the whole planet. We can actually see the proof of this in ancient corals. 600 million years ago, a single day on Earth was only 22 hours long.
To put that into perspective, the length of our days is only stretching by about 1.7 milliseconds every century. That braking is so unbelievably gentle that we won't spin down to a true standstill on any meaningful timescale. Honestly, long before that ever happens, our aging sun is going to swell up into a red giant and end the story anyway.
So, the apocalypse is safely postponed. This crazy world of ours will keep spinning into every tomorrow you're likely to care about. But it does leave us with one final, pretty fascinating thought. As our planet ever so slowly hits the brakes to give us slightly longer days, if you could instantly witness the 24-hour day expand, what would you do with the extra time? Let us know down in the comments.